Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are domiciled, wherever you are residing. I bring you greetings, dear friends, all over the world and the world at large. This morning, today being the 22 of January 2023, we'll be talking, or rather, I'll be broadcasting on a very delicate and important issues that borders the restoration of Biafra and things that we must understand as a people, as a family, as a race. And before I go into the topic of today, one thing you must understand is that Biafran borders from the Delta down to the Bayelsa, to the rivers, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Kogi, Benue, and down the hinterland, the 5 eastern states, down to the Gulf of Guinea. And it is imperative that we all understand this fact and the necessity of leaving the contraption called Nigeria, which was amalgamated in 1914 by the British Empire through Flora Shaw, by Frederick Lugard, and the name Nigeria was given by his supposed girlfriend, as at that time known as Flora Shaw Lugard. It is imperative for you to know that we must not listen to UN and ECOWAS, even AU. The reason why we must not listen to these people is because they are complicit. They are part of the reason of what is going on in the zoo of today. They are part of the reason why the Biafrans are killed in their thousands. They are part of the reason of their nation of Biafrans. And for this reason, we must fight it head on with them. The time when they have a say to determine what will become of us as past. This time around, we are fighting it head on. We have to take the bull by the horn. For our lives is now in our hands. For our destiny is now in our hands. Enough of the killings, enough of the humiliation, the assault and insult. Since Nigeria Zoo government, Fulani government has been killing the Biafrans in their thousands and numbers, what has AU said? What has ECOWAS said? What has the UN said? All these bodies have not said anything. What has been their contribution? They lie wait and watch how the Biafran people is being massacred in their towns. Even when we cry to them, even when they see the rate at which Christians are persecuted in Nigeria, they kept mute because of their criminality and corruption. We can no longer depend on them. We can no longer hope on them. It is time for we to take the bull by the horn, and that we are already doing. Which by the grace of God, through our person of Mazi Simon Ekpa, under the leadership of Mazi Simon Ekpa, will be made open at the appropriate time. It is imperative for you to know that the call for UN and ECOWAS against violence during the election is something I called incongruous. Is something I call idiocracy. A word coming from from the mouth of murderers and accomplice in a nation of a race. The reason why they are calling for this, issue of no violence during the fraudulent election that is coming February 25th, 2023 is because they have seen the momentum that Biafrans have gathered. They have seen it that it is inevitable that we are prepared. Our mind is made up. We have made up our mind to break out. They have seen how determined we are. They have seen that 1967 is not 2023. We are ever ready to break out. I want those that are saying that Nigeria is indivisible to know that Nigeria is already divided along tribal line and that we can never be one. For there to be peace in West Africa and beyond, Nigeria must be divided along tribal line for there to be lasting peace. And it's imperative for we to understand that because of these facts that are tenable, seeing the momentum the Biafrans has gathered, the movement of the actualization of Biafra has gathered all over the world, it has become demanding that the UN and ECOWAS start learning their voice. But the truth is that it is too late. We cannot lay down our arms because they have killed us enough, and it's time for we to pay them in their own coin. And that brings me to the issue of them saying that there is no country, no African country in West Africa and beyond that is ready to accommodate refugees. And I say to them, they must be ready because they are part of this annihilation of the Biafran race. So they have to get themselves ready to accommodate as many refugees in their thousands that will be flocking their countries. What has Ghana said during the killings of the Biafrans? During the killing of IPOB members, what did they say? What did Benin Republic said during the killing of IPOB members, killing of Biafrans? What did Cameroon said? What did Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire? What did Senegal, Guinea? What did the African country, what these African countries, the continent and the world at large, what have they said? Instead, they wash why the impunity against the Biafrans were being carried out. And now they want to teach us how to go about it. They want to tell us how to be civil. They want to tell us how we can be, how to be modest. They want to teach us how to act, how to be responsible. Bunch of failures, bunch of idiocracies. One thing you must understand, in as much I'm going to try to make this broadcast to be concise and precise. One thing you must understand that is imperative, for you to know is that number one reasons why the UN and ECOWAS are lending their voice to say that, you must know that there must not be violence during the time of this election, is because they have seen the momentum that the Biafra movement has gathered, and they have seen that of a truth Biafra are ready to opt out of this contraption called Nigeria. a country that is insane, a country where human rights are not respected, a country where human rights is being abused, corruption is at its highest peak, a country where a few nomadic animalistic idiocracy, incongruous set of people feels that it is their birthright that everybody is a slave and that the rest of the populace of Nigerians are slave. And we are saying that we cannot be part of that entity. We the Biafrans, we have dignity to life. We have respect for human life. We believe in democracy. We believe in freedom, in the freedom of our people. We want to explore our ingenuity. We want to explore our God-given abilities, which has been hindered from the earth and subdued. But I love the passage of the Bible that said in Genesis 49 that God is a troop that will be overrun, but at the end, it shall prevail. It is time for we to prevail. Isaac said to Esau, he said, until you grow to become a man and break the hand of your brother out of your shoulder, you cannot survive. It is time for you to break that evil hand that has befall us for years. Since the 1940 amalgamation, it is time for we to let these people know that what they know, we also know. Biafrans, be resolute. Biafrans, be determined. Our march is very near. As our great leader said it, Mazi OYENDU or Amadike 1, Buruburu Ali Ibo of Biafra said it. Our march is very near. The truth is that the zoo is panicking. The Nigerian government is panicking. They don't know what is coming. They don't know what is coming. If only they know what is coming, if only they understand what is coming, they are panicking. But the truth is, they are seeing the green light. They have one or two info of what is coming and they are panicking. They don't have men anymore because it is going to be disastrous. It is going to be bloody. Biafrans, you don't need to be dismayed. For the Lord your God is with you. For Chukwu Okike Abiyama is with us. And one thing you must understand is that this battle will not be fought in Biafran land alone. It will happen in the northern region. We are stepping up the game. We are stepping up the game. One thing I want you to understand is this, and that is very imperative for you to know, that the number two reasons why we shouldn't listen to these people, UN and ECOWAS and EU and the rest of them, is because of the hatred they have for Biafrans. Racism run in their blood. They are racist. And I can give you few examples. Like we have in Ukraine, the war between Russia and Ukraine. What happened? Switzerland, Poland, and the rest of them were accepting the Ukrainians as refugees. What did they do to Africans that were residing in Ukraine? They chased them. They locked them out of their borders. They did not give them access to, get into their country. They discriminated and showed racism against the blacks because of the hatred they have for Africans, and that you are a black man, because of the hatred because of you being a black man, that accumulated hatred in them is what is making them to say, oh, you must be careful, beware of violence during the election. It is all gain of interest, because Nigeria the populace of Nigeria is more than 250 million people. And just imagine what will happen if over 250 million people should influx both the West and North, the whole of Africa, and down to Europe and Asia, especially Europe. You know what that means? Because of their hatred. But they are in for a very big shock. They should be ready to accommodate refugee. The only way is for them to avert what is coming. They should prepare for referendum. They should prepare for referendum and release Mazi Simon Ekpa. Without the unconditional release, first of all, I want to appreciate Soludo for his courage, for his determination, for his doggedness to speak out among his evil elite, evil colleagues, to speak out and demand for the release of Mazi Simon Ekpa. It is commendable, of which Mazi Simon Ekpa has commended him, and OYENDU himself, or Amadike One, has also commended him. And I'm saying it is something while commendable. So because of their hatred and because of racism, all of those things is being pioneered out of racism. Because you are a black man. Today, European Union is soliciting for more weapons, more equipment, fire abilities to be given to Ukraine to fight the war. If it were to be in Africa, they will do everything that would be at your own disadvantage. Look out for your resources. Look out for what you have before they can even lean their voice, before they can even give you any assistance. They look at it is a game of interest. They look at what they can gain, what they can get out of every single help they give to you, because of the hatred, because they will have an ulterior motive of subjugating you, of oppressing, of sneaking and sucking what you have. Look at Libya today. Libya is a shadow of itself. If only Libyan citizens understood the game plan that America was, that was bewildering the interior motive of the American government against Gaddafi, what the state of Libya today wouldn't have been what it should be. So all of this is a game of interest. Hatred, racism. The 20,000 mercenaries that was received from Burundi to fight because of this election, to fight Biafrans, the UN is not talking about it. The AU is not talking about it. The ECOWAS is not talking. Nobody is talking about it. The African countries, the Europe and other world bodies are not talking about it. They are mute. But because it has gone into a time of election, they want to tell you how to be responsible, how to behave. We will shock them. We are going to shock them. We are going to shock them. We will shock them. We will shock them. We are going to shock them. We are going to shock them. They have not seen anything yet. They have not seen anything yet. We are going to shock them. You see that racist that they are, portraying, that racist that is making them to give all this warning and what have you. They should be prepared to receive refugee. They have no choice. They have no choice until they do the needful. The reason why the Nigerian state is harnessing its devilish ambition against the Biafran race is because the African countries and the world bodies and leaders have been complicit, have been quiet about it. If they have spoken out on time and cut down, perhaps their excesses will be contained. But no, they choose to, because of the hatred they have especially for the Biafrans, of what they will become. You see that thing that they are afraid of, we shall become it. They are not our God. They did not create us. in their very eyes will become that thing that they are afraid of. Biafrans, be resolute. And I want to charge you all, Mazi Ekpa is going to come out. It is going to come out. And I want to specifically let the Zoo government know that if they don't release OYENDU Mazi Ekpa between now and the time the 2 weeks sit-at-home will be declared, dying to that election, dying minute to the election, even when they release him, they should rest assured, they should know that we will not back down. We will not give in, because we have gotten to the point of no return. And I want to use this media to let Biafrans know that on the 23rd and 24th, which is tomorrow and next tomorrow, there is going to be lockdown in all Biafran territories. There will be lockdown to protest for the unconditional release, as the call of Soludo for Mazi Ekpa for OYENDU to be released, to protest for the release of the leader of the newspaper of Biafra, Mazi Ekpa. So in that regard, there's going to be sit-at-home 23rd and 24th. Don't come outside. Don't say you were not told. Don't say you are not aware, because the people that will come after you are the Zoo militias. Don't say you were not told. Don't trade your life for no reason. Don't give yourself as a specimen for no reason. Don't kill yourself with your hand and by yourself. Stay safe. Observe the sit-at-home. Prepare yourself for what is to come. And God bless you. From me, please, before I exit right now, please don't forget to subscribe to our hit the like buttons. Hit the like button to notify others. Share these broadcasts. Let it go wide. Share it in different groups, in different platforms. Let it go wide. Subscribe to our channels. And God bless you. From me, from here, it's good evening.